mean, this is just not the place to be. There is nothing fun about that. We've got a lot of folks wishing they were safe and sound at home out there. Maya, thanks for setting the scene from there. Eric Barajas joining us now as well. And, you know, it's not just these couple intersections that we just showed you. This is all over the city.
It's all over the place. I just made it in, and I was coming from the North Beltway on the East Tex Freeway. People are driving the wrong way on this shoulder. Cars are stalled out. There's wrecked vehicles on the shoulder. I mean, it's pretty much a mess everywhere you go. So speaking of how bad the roads are right now, let's go to traffic anchor Bree Berry for the latest. Bree, what do you see out there?
Well, Eric, it's interesting that you're bringing up East Tex right now because that's where I have this camera. We're seeing a lot of problems here on 59. This TransStar camera is a look at the North Loop. You can see it is a mess where there is high water. These cars are trying to decide to get through that. So each way, northbound and southbound, they're basically merging all of these lanes, even coming off the exit, and then trying to get all the way over to where they think the water is lowest. But I'm telling you, we've seen cars try to brave some of this, and then they have to turn completely around. They're trying to back up. What Eric was just telling you, they're going the wrong way. They're trying to find a shoulder. It seems once you get out there, it's sort of everybody for themselves, and that's causing a lot of these problems. We've heard time and time again that they're saying shelter in place, do not be on the roadways. This is the most dangerous place to be, and it is so true. It's not just the water, but it's the other drivers around you. It's trying to figure out the best option. It's people trying to back up, go the wrong way, and then it's frustrating because you're sitting in this mess. So the best thing to do is to get home. If you have a loved one out on the roadway, give them a call and let them know wherever they're going is not important right now. There's another way to figure it out. We're seeing a mess on all of these different areas as we're looking at these cameras. But if we keep looking around to some of our roadways here in Houston, this is I-10. Katie, this is at Washington. We're seeing some issues here. We've got some cars that are going in the wrong direction as they're trying to avoid some of this water once they've got out here. We're seeing a lot of these problems similar to what we were just talking about on the East Tex, where cars are trying to see if they can brave it, and then they're getting stuck, and it's a mess. So we can see there's water, and we have a lot of people walking out around here. A lot of cars are stopped, and that's one of the biggest issues is these cars are getting out here and really unable to get further than they thought they could, and then they're just kind of planted in place. But as we continue to look at these TransStar cameras, we're getting a real picture all across Houston, the surrounding areas of where we're seeing a lot of this high water and where we're seeing some of these issues. So we've got some flashing lights here. This is on I-10 East. I'll tell you, I-10 East is one of the worst ones that we're seeing. This picture is not too bad. This is right at McCarty, but you can see we've got some cars over here that are stuck. Looks like they might have tried to go, and I don't know if they're making the decision to consciously stop or maybe they got their cars flooded out. But we have crews out here working really hard trying to rescue all of these vehicles. It's just that there are so many vehicles on the roadway and only so many first responders who can get there right on time. So this is another look. This is 45 north at Mount Houston. It's really bad off to the feeder. That's where I'm getting a lot of notifications that we've got high water. People are getting stuck on the interstates, on the freeways. They're getting stuck, and then they're deciding maybe if I try to get off onto the feeder. But as you can see, we've got a lot of water over here. These are floating cars. I was able to look at those earlier. There's a lot of floating cars in this area. So this is another spot that's really sticky. You can see we're stopped, not even moving in this direction. And this is really the look that we're seeing, not just on our freeways or interstates, the highways. This is what we're seeing on a lot of those side streets, a lot of people trying to get off and then getting stuck. So a lot of places it's a problem. And I'm only going to reiterate it. I'm going to say it so many times today. It's just turn around, do not drown. It is not worth it. It's not worth your vehicle. It's not worth any of, putting you or your family's lives in risk. So we're taking a look now at some of the other places. I just wanted to pull this up for you. I know this isn't the most clear map, but you kind of get an idea. We're looking at